What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Baz, and we tuned in to Eating in the Streets podcast, aka Ends. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all these apps people listening to? How do I make money from my first podcast? The answer to all these questions was really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast too. That means more money. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Now, it's crazy because Ends Media jumping into the whole podcast scene was kind of new and kind of foreign. We've been planning, and we said the campaign is going to be 2019. And it was a long time coming. We did online radio, we did videos, interviewing people, asking about their experiences, and giving tips and advice, and just really just telling their own testimony and giving our own, reaching back out and giving our own testimonies, every aspect of it, no matter if it was from the business, no matter just from just the lifestyle, no matter if it's just, just tips, or just staying motivated, man, because every day is a grind, every day is a fight, every day is a hustle, and every day is going to bring a different challenge, and every day is different, You're just blessed to have a different day. So stay focused, stay blessed, and let's eat. You are now tuned in to the mob. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Bass, and you're tuned in to Ends Podcast. Man, I just took a break, man, out of this long day just to chop it up with y'all real fast and want to talk about one big thing when you chasing the ground and just trying to reach that next level in life or in your career or, just whatever it is with your goals. Man, I'm starting to realize this, and it's really starting to hit me. But consistency is key. Like, even when it come down to this podcast, it's all about consistency, baby. I know I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better with the recipes. I'm going to get better with content. I'm going to get better with delivery, intro, outro, background music, all that technical stuff, even with the terminology. My marketing strategy will become even more better because now I will be submerged within the culture. But it all starts by consistency. Consistently waking up every day with the mindset that I'm going to do a podcast today. I start to find myself looking up other podcasters, not in the sense of just, like to get not like inspired, but more so now my mindset is, how is this being done? And now I'm starting to envision how I want to do it. And I'm starting to get more ideas and, different forms of inspiration by seeing what I can do with podcasting. And it all comes by just being consistent. So we're dropping a podcast every day of this year, 2019. Because we're going to live up to the expectation that we set for ourselves. I wouldn't say the expectation because, we're human. Sometimes we don't live up to the expectation. We're going to set ourselves a goal that we're going to reach. We're going to publish 365 podcasts. And this is just to test our level of consistency with being able to deliver on a consecutive basis. No matter what the circumstances is, being agile and strategic enough to be able to improvise. We live in a day and age where you can now record off your phone. You don't always need a fancy mic set up. And sometimes when you create a following, when people just appreciate you and appreciate the value you bring, they can care less about if it's a little fuzzy in the background on this episode. But it's all about delivering, giving the people what they want, and also delivering for yourself. There's another thing that we was talking about earlier. I was referencing how like the Navy SEALs, they create like a log of every mission completed, every training completed, and all the small victories in between, and they go back through this log before they attempt a mission or a training. This helps give you the boost in confidence, the reassurance, the trust in yourself and what you're doing. But it all comes with consistency. You got to take those risks to try to win, to understand what you went through to actually get there. But if you ain't trying to get there, then you ain't going to have nothing to really reference, you know? So the more attempts you make, the more of a dialogue you're building for yourself, and then like a point of reference for yourself, no matter if it's emotionally or intellectually. You know different methods you have used and the time and what was the situation, why you used it, and why it worked for you versus this day versus that day. Or it might be emotionally, like, man, I was able to push through this during this hard time in my life. I was able to still produce and do this, so I know right now I can still get it done. But I ain't gonna talk your ear off with this episode. This episode was just more of a brief stop, chat it up with you guys. You know, shout out to the whole Ends family, and subscribe. Also, if you have any more time, man, check out some other episodes as well. See what we got going on. Then hit that subscribe. You know, stay up to date with us. Like I said, going to be producing every day, sometimes dropping numerous episodes in one day. Just depending on how the day flow is and what's going on during that time period. But let's connect and let's consistently engage and be active with each other. We're open to any recommendations for topics or interviews that y'all would like to hear. You know, shoot us an email or, you know, messages. We're down for the cause. And also support. Support is a big thing, man. You know, it's not always easy trying to, you know, come up with the funds to market and create this content or buy this equipment. You know, interns is not coming in every day. But enough said. This your boy Baz, and you tuned in to Ends Podcast, and we're out.